Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. Let's start of course with the Forex calendar review. The London session won't be busy at all. I have just filtered my data, economic calendar data for the most important ones, and this is what we got here. The retail sales from Australia had been published overnight, in line, beats the expectations, of course, 0.9%. Forecast was 0.4%, but it's just in line with the previous reading. There are quite some speeches during the whole day today from the officials of the various institutions like Bank of England, Fed and ECB because of the G7 summit. We got the officials from Bank of England give a speech 1:30. Then we got the GDP from the US scheduled for release at 1:30. For the first quarter, GDP in the US should shrink minus 1.5%. Then we have speeches from Jerome Powell, the ECB President Christine Lagarde. Then we have again Bank of England Governor Bailey. We give a speech. Then again Powell is speaking, and so on and so on. One of the most important events of today are crude oil inventories scheduled for release 4:30. So pretty of a potential market triggers today. If the remarks, of course, if the comments will be interesting for the market participants, so please stay focused, stay of course on top of the things, because it looks like we might have a busy Wednesday. Tomorrow is the last day of June, so the monthly close, monthly candle close, weekly, on the quarterly close and monthly close will be important today. But that's today. Let's focus on, and that's tomorrow. Let's focus on today. What do we have here? We have, I think US dollar index is the most important pair here to take a look. So let's start with the US dollar index. Daily time frame chart of the US dollar index is of course showing us some signs of a weakness. However, the recent test of the level of 103.81 had been positive. The market bounced from this level and it's going higher, because as you can see here, I got my potential, let's say potential bearish flag pattern here, but it doesn't yet been done 100%. However, if this level is violated, I'm talking about 103.81, and there's a daily candle close below this level, we can assume that the next target for bears is 102.33. Eventually the ultimate target is 101.27. If there is a breakout to the upside, all of this scenario is invalidated and we will most likely approach the recent swing high 105.77 and yearly high at the same time if 105 is violated. So the outlook for the US dollar index is still bullish in the longer term. However, it looks like we need some kind of a pause, some kind of a pullback to the downside in order to continue this up move. What is going on the euro to the Japanese yen? The same situation, almost the same situation, is on the daily time frame chart of the euro to the, of the US dollar to the Japanese yen. We are going to trade higher. Let me just point out what is the recent high at this market, around 136.72. This is the recent high. So let's just make it red, of course, in our there you go, in our scenario. So we got this level here. This level might be violated, very easily violated, because it is a level that was made during the bearish diverges. The pullback is very shallow, around 38% of the last wave to the upside. The technical support, the key short-term technical support, is still located here at 131.38. So if we won't break below this level, then of course we don't have to be worried about the sustainability of the uptrend. We should go higher on the US dollar to Japanese yen. What might react on the comments from the Fed and Bank of England and ECB officials? Gold might react. Let's take a look at gold. What is going on here? Daily time frame chart of gold. As you know, we are following this pattern here, broadening triangle pattern, a rare pattern. So it might not be this pattern what we see here. We should see bullish movement, impulsive movement, aggressive dynamic movement to the upside out of this broadening triangle. Okay, if there is no such a thing, and if the level of 1804 is violated, then this scenario gets invalidated and we are going towards the wave C low at 1786 or even below. So it's very important to keep an eye on the spot gold market right now, because after the highs at 2069, we got the first wave to the downside, wave A, then we got a pullback, wave B, and wave C. So the typical correction had been already made. What is going on here? We don't know yet, but it doesn't look impulsive at all. So in my opinion, it looks like from the price action and from the Elliott wave cycles, it looks like this market wants to go lower. This market wants to go towards the lows of the wave C, 1786, and then towards 1779, 1761. So please keep an eye on this market. Only a breakout to the upside from this broadening triangle might save the bearish scenario. Bitcoin is the last thing we are going to analyze today. So what is going on here? We got the ABC pattern to the upside, as you can see. Just as expected, we got this wave A completed. Possibly we are making the wave B here, and we are waiting for the wave C to the upside to start to continue the rally and to start the wave C. If there is a deep retracement, like to the level of 19,000 or even towards the level of 18,000, then of course it's worse. It's way worse for the bulls, because this deep retracement means the bulls are not that strong. Despite the fact that we got pretty intense bounce from the extremely oversold conditions on the RSI indicator, 16 was the level, extremely oversold conditions. This bounce was great, however it stopped at the level of 37. We didn't even hit the neutral level of 50. And please remember the fact that last time we hit this level, we go back, then we tried again, we go back under the deeper the level of 50 towards the 16 points. So that's a massive bearish dominance on this chart, and it looks like we might see the same kind of a situation here on the Bitcoin soon, if the retracement in the wave B gets deeper. Overall, the situation on the Bitcoin is very interesting, because it looks like we had completed the ABC corrective pattern somewhere here. However, this market doesn't want to rally, and that's a bit of a concern, because if this simple correction to the downside, ABC, is done, we should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside. Nothing like this happens, which means that ABC pattern to the downside might evolve into more complex and time consuming correction, like a WXY or even WXYXZ. So please keep an eye on the Bitcoin chart. If we see development to the upside, it's a little bit of a relief, and it's good for our scenario. However, if the deeper we go, the worse situation for our scenario is, and the worse situation for the overall market participants, I mean the bulls, of course, the bullish market participants is being developed. So it's very, very important to keep an eye on the current developings of the Bitcoin on a daily time frame chart. Summer period is ahead of us, holiday period is ahead of us. The liquidity and volatility might decrease, so please pay attention to this little detail as well. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.